Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette, and in today's video I'm going to take you through 3 really easy soups that you can make using condiments that you probably already have on hand or that are usually pretty easy to find at most grocery stores. Spring is on its way here in the Northeast, but it's still really cold, and in fact it's cold here most of the year, so soup is always on the menu. And these are some easy soups that I've been making for lunches, and they're really full of a lot of flavor using some very simple ingredients. Now you guys know that I like to do a little bit of food prep during the week. A couple of times I will chop up my vegetables and saute things and whatnot and cook my starches. And when I have all these things on hand ready to go, all I have to do is throw them in a little pot with some vegetable broth and one of these condiments or sauces, and it transforms into a great soup. If you are eating a diet that's primarily based on real whole foods, then there's no getting around the fact that you're going to have to do a little bit of prep work. You're going to have to prep some fruits and vegetables, cook some grains and potatoes and things like that, or maybe pay a little extra money and buy them already done for you at the grocery store. But I will do this a couple times a week. If you have these things already, chopped up, sauteed, ready to go, these soups come together in a flash. I've also done this with raw chopped vegetables, and obviously I have to cook it a little bit longer. So when I have the pre-cooked stuff on hand, like I'll show you here in a minute, things go really fast. Okay, this first soup is my fajita soup, and I use red salsa in this one. For all these soups, I'm gonna use 2 cups of water because it's just for me, and I use this better than bouillon vegetable paste to make the broth, or sometimes I have my own homemade stock on hand. So use whatever broth that you like for these soups. And this is the salsa that I use. This is desert pepper mild salsa divino. I love this stuff. It's my favorite one on the planet. So I put a couple tablespoons of this in it, and it gives it a lot of flavor. All right, so I'm just gonna prepare my vegetable broth, and I have some pre-cooked rice here that I'm gonna use as the starch in this soup. I'm gonna add some frozen spinach as well as some water sauteed mushrooms and diced bell peppers. And I'm also gonna add some water sauteed zucchini and yellow squash. I have some black beans. These were canned that I just rinsed and drained. And then the salsa is going to be my flavoring. So all I'm going to do is start throwing everything in the pan and bring it to a boil. Once it's to a boil, I'll reduce the heat down to a simmer and let everything cook through for a few minutes. Once my soup is cooked, I just put some rice into a bowl and then pour the soup over the top of that and garnish with some cilantro, because you guys know I put cilantro on everything. And I loaded this one up with veggies, so it is a huge bowl of soup. All right, this next one is a Thai-inspired soup, so I am going to be using red curry paste as my condiment to give this some flavor, and I just find this at my local grocery store. In this soup, I'm going to be using noodles, and you can use any noodle that you like. This one I find at Wegmans. It's called green noodle, and it has a vegetable in it called morohaya. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but these are quite tasty. And the other ones I like to get are these rice ramen noodles, and they come in all different flavors. For this soup, I'm again going to use my diced bell peppers and mushrooms that I cooked in water. And I picked up some matchstick carrots at the grocery store, so I'm going to throw a handful of those in, as well as some raw chopped broccoli, which only takes a few minutes to cook in the soup. And I'm going to use about a teaspoon of red curry paste, although I could have used probably 2 teaspoons, my noodles and my vegetable broth, and I'm also going to add some garlic powder and some ground ginger powder. So I'm going to add in as much spice as I think will taste good and as many of the other ingredients that I want. And I just followed the directions on the package of noodles, and they took about 4 minutes to cook. And once it was done, I removed it from the heat. And if you want to add a little bit of a Thai accent to this, you can add a little bit of coconut milk, but that's optional. And I garnished with a little bit of cilantro and a spritz of lime juice, and the soup was all set. Alright, this last soup is going to be spicy chickpea and pasta, and for the flavor base I'm going to be using marinara sauce. We found these little individual serving packets at the grocery store, but normally when we do pasta night we have a jar of sauce and there's usually a bit left over. So if you have leftover pasta sauce, you can consider using it for a recipe such as this. For this soup I cooked up some whole grain pasta, and I'm also going to put in some water sauteed zucchini and yellow squash, mushrooms, frozen spinach, and some canned chickpeas that I just rinsed and drained. And I'm going to use about a half a packet of this pasta sauce for flavor. I'm going to put in some dry basil, crushed red pepper, and some freshly ground black pepper. So there are 3 easy soup ideas for you that are quite tasty, I might add. And you know, they're using things that you might already have around your kitchen. And if you have these items that are already pre-cooked, like the pasta's already done, the rice is done, your veggies are already sauteed, these things come together really quickly. And soup is a great way to get in a lot of nutrition and comfort all in one bowl. You have a nice warm broth, you can put whatever vegetables you want in there. Your starch of choice, you know, you could do rice, noodles, potatoes, beans, and lots of herbs and spices, and it's delicious to boot. And you might have noticed I'm taking my food photography up just a notch because I have a cookbook that I'm working on. It's about 2/3 of the way done, and I hope to have the first draft done around June 1st so that I can pass it out to family and friends and they can take a look and tell me what they think. And hopefully I'll have it ready to release this summer on my website. So it's going to be an ebook, and I'm really excited about it. It's an idea that just kind of popped into my head on how to do this. It's not your traditional cookbook. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I've never seen anything quite like this before. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. So I will keep you guys posted on how things are coming along. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do. I'm at Jeanette's Wellness Corner. I'm not very good at being on social media a whole lot, but I will try to be a little bit better on Instagram anyways. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with the cookbook. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Leave me a comment down below to say hi, or let me know if you made any of these soups and how they turned out. I always like hearing from you guys. All right, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.